So, you remember a couple minutes ago when Dark Force Rising splintered and 9/11 reformed? Well, now, Dark Force Rising reforms because 9/11 disbands. Let's go ahead and just check out Chris just never showing up again after October 21st. Let's check out the title change to Big Tony and Hazard.
And I don't mind the sound of your voice, but hate the words that you say, Can you separate me from the sin? Is it not too late to try and start again? Can you separate all the darkness from my eyes? Try to believe 'cause I'd rather be lonely. Wash away the blood you spilled and lay down in the bed that you made. Don't mean nothing to me. There was nothing I could do, nothing I could say to pull you away.
I wonder if Tony knew that Hazard at this exact time was having sex with his sister. He knew.
Yes.
Alright, bye Tony, thanks for being here. Now that we just looked at fucking 9/11 losing the tag titles, inexplicably, that's the word. On November 18th, Masato rejoins Dark Force Rising. Let's see that. And what a classic!
I took your soul. You left it right here.
You gotta be joking me. A show of respect, a show of class, a class act between two competitors here. Listen, it don't get no better than this.
It's all you. One day it's all you.
Wait, what the hell? Is that Nick? Is it?
That's Masato.
Masato. What the? Is Masato challenging for the Attitude title?
No.
I think Tyron already had a match.
Welcome back.
What? Did Masato? Where the heck? Shit! Oh, I'm lost.
So Nick,
Okay.
what the fuck? Ha!
I mean, do I book this or do you?
The fact was, that was a weird day because I wrestled Joe and Dragon and Charles were there, and Charles I want to wrestle Dragon, show him what a real wrestling match is. You know, he wrestled Joe the week before with a real wrestling match.
Yo.
And then right after that, you came out and you shook his little hand.
Okay, so you remember in the documentary when I'm like Dark Force Rising sucks?
Yes.
Yeah. So apparently Steve doesn't, but I remember.
I didn't watch it.
No, I remember the documentary.
So
I had one of the most famous clips from that
You did.
documentary.
Which was surprising. I was like, wow, Steve had some poignant shit to say.
So
Poinsettia.
basically we had
Not Christmas yet. You stopped that.
I said basically.
Poinsettia.
You did say basically.
Oh my god, can I give someone a poinsettia? Like a tree just made with porn DVDs?
So
Man, DVDs. What year is this?
Blu-ray.
I wish it was
the
4K.
storyline we were going to originally go with got messed up.
Yeah.
So we went with a secondary storyline that then got messed up because Chris decided to stop showing up. So
It's insane that he showed up to drop the titles.
So the answer then, in someone's mind, not my mind, was to have me act like nothing ever happened and I go back to Dark Force Rising.
Don't forget, we didn't know we were doing 2008. I didn't think of that until December.
So it kind of makes the entire year useless because the entire feud I had and everything I did all year.
So basically, Charles sabotaged an entire year of BWA.
Yes. So, well, which didn't seem like a horrible deal at the time because it's kind of like the actors taking a bow at the end of the play kind of thing because we really thought it was done. But Nick, what did Charles say to you after I'm done? Come out and give me a little handshake, and I'll be like, welcome, basically. And do you remember that conversation? Because you didn't have that conversation with me, and I just left it in the video because it looked cool. And again, I didn't know we were still doing that thing.
I don't even know because I don't stay with Dark Force Rising.
Well, you into 2008, you primarily, let's see, how far into 2008? Sly leaves in August. You're always with JJ. Charles. What else does Charles do? 2008's a blur. Let's do a show on that. You're pretty much associated with Dark Force Rising all the way up until the Dark Force Rising show where it's all 5 of you versus a bunch of random jobbers. Yeah, so like,
but I feel like
that actually brings you back in a lot more solid than you were before.
Yeah, I'm not like booked as Dark Force Rising though. Like when I wrestle in matches, it's not like Dark Force Rising versus. As far as I
Right. No. Like it became an association thing where like once in a while you would always be JJ's tag partner, and you had the storyline with Charles where it was like the infighting storyline, but it wasn't like a big like we're gonna turn on you again. Like it was like, oh, you want the belt? I have the belt. You want the belt? I have the belt. And by the time you get the belt back in the end of 2008, to thankfully drop it to me, thank you. Charles still shakes your hand and raises your hand and stuff. He bitched about it, but he still did it. So at no point, like, your shocking joining Dark Force Rising and shocking end and shocking return that leads to the longer run of it is much more shocking than what becomes of then years of you being a member of the band.
Yeah, well, I think I still prefer my 2009 bed.
Your 2009 what?
I like it better.
Oh, with you and JJ?
And then like I'm a solo artist. And
Oh yeah. I'm wrestling John. He's like, ah, shit. No.
And I think Big John just made a crucial error there.
Oh shit!
The pile driver! That was the oh shit pile driver.
Well, don't worry, because 2009 is going to be the first show that we do in 2019, because we got to talk about that whole "yo, I hate you" shit. So, we're talking about November 18. We're talking about Conviction. Cheap plug. We're going to show Bravado versus Havoc in the main event, because that was that world title match.
Inside my eyes, well, I'm clenching my fist. My hate, it burns inside of me. Inhuman thoughts cloud my mind. Looking back and forth at you. Should I waste my time now? Looking back and forth at you. Should I fade out mine now? What did I ever do to deserve this from you? When will this fade out? And when you eat your words, will you still never learn? Don't let words get around. Looking back and forth at you.
Joe, what did you think about this match and the culmination of the storyline?
I think it came to a good end point. We told a good story. We spent a good amount of time together as the gun show. You turned on me, and now it was my time to get payback on you. We started off the match strong, just striking each other because we had so much hatred for each other, and then we just start unleashing moves on each other, and just like I like the false finishes at the end of it, and then it came a good conclusion. The good guy wins the match.
Yeah.
And then I move forward, and you have to splinter off, and then we kind of go our
Havoc and
separate
Bravado
ways.
was everyone's favorite feud except for Dragon and Valdez.
Yeah.
I think that they are each other's favorite feud.
Well,
I mean, we had the best one.
I mean, Havoc and Bravado have the dual honor of being both everyone's favorite feud and tag team.
Yeah, like there's just something about the damn team,
Yeah.
man. You just can't beat that shit.
The chemistry you guys have is
Ridiculous.
undeniable.
It's just comedy wrestling. That's all it is. Like that, and making sure to take everyone's moves, like, and not botch
I
people's
think
moves.
that's probably what people love the most. They're like, oh shit, they're going to take moves.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that doesn't always happen. So yeah, no, if I could, say the thing that I like about it is, well, I like clearly we didn't do enough promos then, but I like the fact that like our breakup wasn't I hit you with something. It was I was just like I was fed up. I'm like, we're never gonna win these fucking titles. Like I went through the table and I left the match. I was like, okay, this is bullshit. We're never gonna win. This is fucking horrible. I'm going back to doing the shit that I was doing, and now I'm gonna win Rule of the Ring, and I'm gonna win the title, and I don't win, and I become less successful because I was a dick and turn my back on you, and you then, because it propelled you into being a good guy again, became more successful, and now I'm fighting you to get the thing I couldn't win with you, which was a championship, and you actually beat me. So I should have never turned my back on you. That's the storyline, and that's why at the end of the match I realized that I was wrong, and I shake your hand. So it's very cool. Like it's one of my favorites.
You know what? I think this might be just writer's preference here. But the Havoc and Bravado storylines were the only ones I could actually see being put on a major platform. Like, I could see the Gun Show being a real tag team on WWE. Like, that gimmick is solid gold.
You know, like, it's derivative of like what other people were doing.
It's kind of like Too Cool was gay.
It was like Too Cool meets
which at first they kind of were like
Chad Gaspar and
yeah, that and like Brett Matthews, Brian Myers were kind of doing a very similar thing at the time. So
and it was hot at the moment. Gym dudes and we were gym dudes, but we didn't look like gym dudes.
Can
yeah.
you please, in all your
I still
videos
don't get
now,
to do.
change Dark Force's entrance music to Wake Me Up Before You Go by Wham?
The last time that I showed them coming down, it's not the east or the west side. No, it's not. It's the dark side.
You are correct.
It's so funny.
And JJ comes out. What is thy bidding, my
What is thy moves, my master? Fall on your face. It's a disaster.
It's Marcus we're after.
Yes.
But what if you could be turned to the diet side?
So I didn't want to make this about going back to what a good thing me and Joe did, but yeah, I think it should be mentioned, especially around the same
You
time.
want me to pat you on the back? You gotta keep doing it yourself.
Yeah. All right. So that brings us to where we're gonna check out the last show and how it all ended, and where you can almost see in all of our eyes this is not the end.
Complicates our lives, but I
Oh, I think it. Double vertical go! Down oil spill! You gotta be kidding me! That is over! The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Alan's the last man to hold the world title here.
We're gonna do more. We're dicks. And let's go to final thoughts. What did you guys think about 2007? And if it was the end, would you guys have been okay with that?
No.
It was the end for me. I hated it.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I really am going to bring about a motion to strike all of Charles's matches from the record.
That's rough, man. That's rough. Well, that, and I'm pretty sure you didn't like your hardcore hell match on the last show.
Well, no, I just feel like he sabotaged so much of our storylines and caused a lot of talent to leave, not just myself. And he was overall destructive to the process in a way that wasn't done in the ring or in the creative process, but socially outside of wrestling. And
He was the only Hulk Hogan.
but it was
Put it
detrimental to the process.
Put it that way. He wouldn't do certain things like that were kind of uncharacteristic considering what we were doing. There was no money at stake. He did not want to do certain things.
In perspective, though,
Yeah.
I feel like he hurt the BWA more than he ever gave to it.
I towed the company line even when I disagreed.
Nick, I don't want to.
I hated my title run, but I gave it to Joe willingly and had a great match with him.
That's true. Nick, what did this is a total sidebar. What did you disagree with the most? Like, what was the thing you just like? You know what? If I was gonna quit, I'd quit.
No, I wasn't about to quit, but I disagreed. Obviously, everyone knows what I disagree with.
Yeah, Hazard. But like, was there something else?
Well, the thing is, like, the Hazard politics became the same as the Charles politics.
Right, but it came at such a less valuable time. Like it happened in 2009 when we were gonna be featuring him at the top of the card anyway, and his politics were he just wanted matches to be ridiculous more and to do more stuff and to have his dick in other people's matches. You know what I mean?
So the thing I hate the most is the Masato Marcus match in the end of my career.
But it's actually not a bad match.
No, I just
it's better than the 45 minutes. I'm gonna knock him out. It'll take a while, but I'm gonna knock him out.
I don't know. I wish that instead of screwing him with the Valdez match as me as the referee,
Okay.
I would have had a real match. But as far as 2007 goes, I just didn't. Obviously, I wasn't happy with the way that the storyline had to get turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute. So right there, I'll tell you how I broke up with Chris and went back to Charles's lair.
I was like, how's he gonna do Bel Air at the end of this?
Oh, I did it.
Oh shit. So yeah, like you know, I disagree with that too. Like clearly at the time I was probably livid, but it's hard for me to reflect right now. Like as far as I guess I'll just jump into me. As far as 2007 goes, it was like I felt pressure. Now that we had newer, more excited,
You could say
more
eager.
willing, eager people. Like I was trying to come up with the word, Steve. Thank you for eager. That I wanted to do more, but then I felt bad because like the whole Sly title win at the end, and it was the end, and I was like, I could do more, and I felt bad, but I felt
if the
pressured.
storyline went the way it was supposed to go.
Yes.
How much more impressed they would have been.
You mean the entire storyline?
Yeah, had Steve stayed and we went with the initial story, the original storyline.
It's like we could never do the original storyline. Like something always screws it up. Like attendance or something. Like it's so
football and
football. Well, Scott got taken out of storylines after that first football issue.
I also like football.
No, don't forget. In 2005, Scott was there the whole fall, and he got the fucking world title for it. Like Joe actually wasn't, because I went to college, which is cool, college. But Scott, for some reason, didn't miss a Sunday in 2005. Like he's there. He wrestles JJ. He fucking wrestles you in the triple threat. He's pretty much there. He's on the last show. Like, you know, it's weird. Like I'm like, well, Scott's here, I guess. You know.
Hooray!
Yeah, woohoo. You know.
Steve's like sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
Fucking sprinkles.
Anyway, yeah. So, all right. So I guess we'll go to Joe. Joe, what are your thoughts on the what are we talking about? Year?
Yeah. Should have been my last year.
Yeah. Right.
Technically, yeah, it definitely wasn't my last year.
Nah.
But like you, likewise, like you had a new influx coming in, and we had more to do. We started coming up with ideas during the off season, and we wanted to like. This is the reason why we created the Pride title. It was like, all right, we wanted to end this chapter of BWA and the world heavyweight title scene itself, and I think we needed something new, and I think that's another reason why you just left the world title, because you didn't. Once we developed the Pride title, it got rid of all the bullshit that happened before. I think we had to wash what was the ups and downs of the 2007 season, and we needed something new, and it kind of like lit up BWA a little bit more.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I feel like a lot of people didn't get that. Like, you know, Chris, I should be the champion. No, you're the bullshit. You stop being bad.
And things seem to flow a little bit better with the Pride title division than it did with the heavyweight title division.
Yeah, because it was simple. It was like putting it on people that wanted to, had better attendance and wanted to be there. That's pretty much my take on it. Like the belt went then on to people who were new to the scene, because the belt was new to the scene, and that's what made it easier. You put it on, Slavic, he's going to be there every week. If you go to Slavic to Nick is constantly there. Charles at the beginning, at the middle of 2008, started to realize this is a title, so he kept his attendance up just fine, and storyline would dictate that he would get it. And then back to Nick, because we got to do me and Nick at the last show. Then another year, they were like, well, maybe there won't be another year, and yes, there was. And we're still talking about this in 2019. So yeah, okay.
I want to bring up. I was talking to you. Bring up this topic that you said that never been brought up. What happens in 2007 if the new influx didn't come in? I just wanted to bring the question to the round table. What do you guys feel would have happened to BWA?
The BWA would have probably died.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In a shitty way.
Yeah.
Hey, even though they came in with limited skill, they absolutely had the enthusiasm to back it up.
But
And
what did it be in 2008?
definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Yeah.
We were dealing with dropped off attendance
to begin
like
with.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
We were a 5-man group.
yeah, Chris was stopping coming. Bailey had left. Scott left. Rotten Dead left. Paul's like, my mother said I have to be pretending to be gardening if I'm going to be wrestling.
I left due to politics.
Steve leaves. There was like, obviously, me, you, Nick, Slavic, and Hazard seem to be the ones that were having the most fun. Like, regardless if the Brighton Beach guys were there or not, but there would be no reason to do a 2008
And you're Sly and Charles, but it's not. It's like a 2005 roster. It's smaller than a 2005 roster.
Yeah, and at that point, Charles and Sly would still be pulling the shit with Steve, and the quality of the Charles and Sly matches at the end of 2007, if there's no influx, the quality's not there, and the Sly matches were starting to drop off because he started to lose the enthusiasm, and that was with the knowledge of knowing he was winning the world title. So there would have been no reason. What normally happens is I drag shit to a last show, and I get as many people as possible. It's not as much as I'd like. And then Chris calls me the week after, let's wrestle. I'm like, last show was last week. It's nice out. I'm like, so anyway, so that's.
I ran out of drunks.
So it would have absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up, Joe. It absolutely would have been the last year, and we probably would have went to the let's do it once a year model, like the reunion years, you know. Steve is very mad. Steve cannot wait to leave. But first, he had to do the running on Prettier to Hazard and throw Valdez in a trash can before he left. Fuck yeah, because the fucking Hardcore Hell match where you just wreck shit for 45 minutes. And
Won't you get pinned?
Did I?
Come here,
Did I
javelin.
really do all that? Come here, Hazard. You don't want to take a move? Take this!
That's the javelin match. That's where you throw it at fucking Josh. Oh, God.
JJ impaled my arm.
We're still on this?
There was
What's
a
that?
javelin stuck in my arm. I went crazy.
Did you talk a lot about the cage match?
Yes, yeah, we showed that video a bunch. There's actually not much to say about the cage match.
No.
The cage match show is a skeleton crew because we didn't have as many people. I was supposed to. People actually chipped in money for that, and then we didn't get. Then the people couldn't make it. Like we didn't have Slavic, we didn't have Paul. We didn't have Steve. Like these are people that were supposed to be there. It was supposed to be a much bigger deal. Like it was supposed to be, I think, Nick and Charles, Sly and Steve, or was it Steve and Charles, Nick? But it wasn't what it was. Yeah, like it definitely was supposed to be Nick and
I
Charles.
wasn't supposed to face Sly.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Sly and Steve. The only matches that stayed the same was me and Hazard and you and Redman because like of that really sub storyline of the tag teams fighting, you know. So there were singles matches between the tag team members.
Recreate Steve and Sly magic in the cage.
Yeah. So which is probably why. So it was definitely a spectacle, and it's been shown a bunch, but there's nothing more to it than that. That's all the time we have, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry.
Exit stage left.
We'll see you next time. We're going to be talking about Aerial Strike. We hope you enjoyed 2007. And after that, we'll be talking about 2009 in 2019.
So long, gay boys.
Tyrant has won the World Heavyweight title! Mazzano is the newest member! Don't tell me this!
Endless days, we search for one we hold inside. So hard to find. Reluctance, with a fallen never reach within. And rise again for the rest of my life.
Someone push the bell. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell is that? It's Hazard! Hazard makes his return to the BWA! I don't believe it! He's Seattle old combat instruction business! This match started in the street. It was in a car. It was in the back. And here we are, 25 minutes into it, and Tyrant and Marcus trying to kill me. Battle as the last man to hold the world title here today.